Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Great Plains Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you're registered. And we are down here in session C6 today, so we will kick things off by turning it over to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Thank you, Joelle. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully this will work correctly today. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see my screen okay. I'm Gabby Williams, and I am the Regional Recruitment Specialist for the Kansas City area. And what that means is I'm located right here in Kansas City, ready to serve all of my Kansas students, my Missouri students, a little bit of my Northern Arkansas students, and pretty much everywhere in between in the Great Plains. Joining me today, we also have Alejandro. Alejandro, if you want to just wave to the crowd. He is one of our recruitment specialists located in Nebraska. And me and Alejandro, we are just a tiny bit of our staff here today. We actually have recruitment specialists all over the United States, as well as several, to say the least, in Lincoln, Nebraska. So thank you for joining us today. And Alejandro is going to answer any questions that you have in the chat. One thing you should know about Nebraska is that we really do foster inquisitivity, and we want you to ask questions. We love questions, so please make sure you're adding those to the chat, and Alejandro will be happy to answer those. In addition, when my session is over, we will be staying on the full 45 minutes. So if you think of something after the presentation, it's gosh, I wish I would have asked that, please ask. We are still here, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so to get started, we are the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. We are the main campus. We are the original land-grant university in the state of Nebraska. We are also part of the Big Ten Alliance, which means you're going to get Big Ten education, Big Ten academics, and a Big Ten location. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully you can still see that. Are you seeing that, Alejandro? Can you give me a thumbs up? Are you seeing the city of Lincoln? Okay, fantastic. So located in the capital city of Lincoln, Nebraska, and you can actually see the Capitol building just a few blocks away from campus. So you're going to get this amazing Big Ten education while being in a town that is just vibrant, very much a college town with all sorts of things to do and explore. So one thing to note, though, is that we are one of the smallest schools in the Big Ten Alliance with only 20,000 undergraduate students. So you're still going to get that hometown Nebraska feel right there in Lincoln while still getting all of the Big Ten academics. This is such a great shot of Lincoln. It shows that, not only do you have campus, the downtown area is right there by Lincoln. You can walk to the movies, coffee shops. The college student staple of Taco Bell and Chipotle is right there. So you get all this wonderful campus and academics right there in the middle of Lincoln, where everything is safe walking distance. You can walk down to the Pinnacle Bank Arena and watch a concert and safely walk back to your dorm. So you really get to not only have the university, but the entire campus and academics of Lincoln. Speaking of academics, we have over 150 majors at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and we are really, truly dedicated to our students. Within the last couple of years, the College Business invested $82 million into their building, and it is beautiful, 4-story atrium building, and it is there for the students. We have classrooms, we have academic advising, and the biggest college fair, internship fair on campus right there in that building. But not to be outshined, our College of Engineering actually invested $75 million into upgrading their facility. And we'll be adding a $85 million brand new engineering complex within the next 2 years. Very student focused. There will be a student worker space. It is not for professors or research. It is there for the students. But business and engineering, it's not our only two majors on campus. We have a little bit of everything. We have fine and performing arts. We have education. We have everything in our College of Arts and Sciences, from psychology to political science. Imagine being able to live right there in the capital city with the Capitol, right, down a few blocks. You can do an internship right there at the Capitol building if you're a political science major, women's studies, environmental studies, so many opportunities right there. But one thing I also want to mention is we do have our East Campus, which is also in Lincoln, and that houses all of our agricultural programs, food science, animal science, pre-veterinary science, and of course our PGA golf major, which is quite popular. And then of course we have our College of Architecture on our city campus as well. So a lot of majors, a lot to explore. Definitely check it out. But we know that, academics isn't the only reason why you want to go away to college. And the great thing about Lincoln is it's pretty close to pretty much everywhere where, you guys are located. You can definitely have a going away to college sort of feel, but still being able to get home, within a few hours if you need to. Okay. So to wrap up, we have over 400 student organizations, but most importantly, you're going to be joining the tradition of being the University of Nebraska Huskers, Go Big Red. So I'm going to flip through. Please come for a campus tour. We are in-person campus tours. Please come and visit us. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. So next up, we'll hear from Concordia University, Chicago.
Awesome. Can you all hear me okay?
Yep, we hear you.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. My presentation was not coming up for me today, so I'm going to present off of this PDF. I know it's not ideal, but this is still going to be a really, really good overview just of some of the points about who we are, what we're all about here at Concordia University, Chicago. So right away, we are a small liberal arts school located about 10 miles straight west of downtown Chicago. So while the third largest city in the country is just a stone's throw away from us, you can still get there by train in about 20 minutes while also kind of learning and focusing in a suburban area of River Forest, which, like I said, is very kind of quiet, residential, and focused. So you can read all of that. We were founded in 1864 as a teachers college. So we'll talk more about the majors later, but that's actually what we were founded on. We are rooted in the Lutheran Church and Missouri Synod, so that Christian and faith-based component is a huge part of who we are as well. And a few more things you can see: accreditation, obviously, in the Higher Learning Commission, as well as the National Association of Schools of Music. So like I said, teaching is a big part of who we are, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Towards the top, you can just see kind of some quick breakdown of kind of who we are and what we're all about as far as like our community, which we'll talk about in a second later as well. Here, you can see what our most popular academic programs are. So where you see kind of this number 70 here in the middle of the page. So right away, our most popular programs are going to be things like psychology, computer science, exercise science, elementary education, criminal justice, and so on. We actually have had a huge boost in the areas of computer science, where not only are we placing nationally in competitions, we're also placing internationally against computer science and programming teams all over the world. So that is a program that's absolutely exploding right now, as well as our exercise science department. We've completely overhauled the entire exercise science facility to be completely state of the art. And as we'll talk about in just a moment, a large part of our campus life is the the athletic program. And so those students are actually given the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment where they're applying the knowledge they're learning and not just learning from a textbook. I'll kind of circle back to this last as far as the undergraduate admissions requirements, because I know not everyone here is a high school senior right now. But like I said, I'll circle back to that in a second. Our extracurricular activities. So right now we have 19 D3 athletic teams on campus, and that's basically anything besides like wrestling and golf. So if you can think of a sport that you're playing right now in high school, for the most part, we probably have that here on campus. We actually just instated a cheer and stunt team as well as a dance team. So those are two of our newest. But yeah, if you can think of a sport, we probably have it. The other opportunities we have as far as extracurricular activities would be very much so rooted in our music department. So we have, between choral and instrumental groups, we have about 11 groups right now. Those are going to range anywhere from our large wind symphony and capella choirs, who actually tour every year, to our smaller groups like handbells, the jazz band, chamber orchestra, things like that. And then lastly, we have over 45 clubs and organizations. So those are going to be things like, your spiritual life opportunities, service, charity, leadership. I know we have some social groups right now, things like Nacho Average Cheese Club, where they literally just get together and sample cheeses. The Superheroes and Friends, so that's going to be a group that just reads comic books. So everything in between, we've got those opportunities to stay involved. As far as how many of us there are and where we're coming from, right now we have about 1,500 undergraduate students. This larger number here are our grad students, and most of those are online. So you won't really feel that population on campus. It's really just this 1,500 number. And that's really, like I said, where that close-knit, very small campus community feel comes into play. On average, your class size is going to be about 15 students per one professor. So like I said, we're a small group, and you're going to get to know your professors, and you're going to get to know your peers. And then, like I said, where we're coming from, so almost every state in the country is represented. We have we have students coming to participate in our athletic events from literally every corner of the country, and even a handful of foreign countries as well. So when it comes to that diversity piece, Concordia Chicago is an extremely diverse campus. That's a huge part of what we're all about. And you're going to be learning and growing in a place that's very much so characterized by that. So lastly, as we're kind of rounding this out here, a little bit about tuition fees, room and board, and the financial aid piece. So you can see what our average fees are right now, or excuse me, our total cost of attendance. This is going to be pretty much standard from year to year. You're going to also be eligible for a merit scholarship based on your unweighted GPA. So that can range anywhere from about $10,000 to $25,000. At any rate, let us know. Our contact information is all over this stuff. So let us know if you have any other questions for us, and I'll be happy to help.
All right, thank you, Jefferson. And next we will hear from Washburn University.
Perfect. Hello, everybody. My name is Maddie Brockelman, and I am with Washburn University Admissions Office. I am also joined by my coworker, Allie Iverson. So we both work with students in the Kansas area. I work with students from Oklahoma, and Allie works with students from Missouri. So all of the bordering states do get in-state tuition. So Allie and I are both excited that we get to be here with you, and thanks for spending part of your Sunday with us. We appreciate it. So I'll go ahead and get started. As long as Allie gives me the okay that my screen looks good. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. Okay, perfect. Facts about Washburn. So we are a medium-sized campus, about 6,500 students on campus with our law school and our tech school attached to us. It ranges to be about 7,000 students. So medium-sized campus, about 30 students in every class, is sometimes similar to your high school classes, which is really good. It's not a huge transition. 60% of our students are traditional, so coming straight from high school. If that's not you, that's perfectly fine. We do have transfer counselors as well. At Washburn, we do have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. So what that basically means is that there's 12 students and 1 professor, which is really nice because a lot of students always ask, I really want that one-on-one connection with my professor, or I don't just want to be a number. Oftentimes you'll hear lots of your classmates say that sort of thing. And that's pretty much what Washburn is, which is really nice to have. Especially because 96% of the faculty do have PhDs or the highest degree in their field. So you're never going to be taught by a TA or a grad student or anything like that at all, which comes in handy for, recommendations for scholarships, or say you want to move on to, go to grad school, that sort of thing. With that, we do have 200 educational programs. So whether you are dead set on being pre-med or you have no idea what you want to do, Washburn has tons of options for you. We do award millions of dollars in scholarships and financial aid every single year at Washburn. Your life at Washburn as a student, what would it be like? I know you're probably really nervous trying to figure out what that would be like. So let me help you. We have about 125 student organizations, and that's anywhere from sororities, fraternities. We have religious organizations on campus. We honestly even just recently had a hammocking group come to campus, which is nice because at Washburn, if you don't see a club or organization that we have, just grab a few friends, grab a faculty or a staff member and create your own group. And that's a big perk of being part of a medium-sized school. You get to have the advantages at Washburn. And we do have tons of athletic teams as well. And we do have one of the top 50 recs in the nation. We have 4 residence styles for freshmen because freshmen are required to live on campus your freshman year, but you also are able to have a car and that sort of thing. I have 2 pictures. We have Lincoln Hall here. It's one of the newest halls built in the last 5 years. And I will say lots of times students want to know, like they don't want to live in a bad dorm or a stinky dorm or anything like that. At Washburn, we refer to our dorms as residence halls, and that's because they are suites. So they are very nice. As you can see here in the picture, you get everything in the room except for the decoration and these 2 fellows here. So really nice. And then we do have a buffet style in Lincoln Hall. Our next hall is the LLC, Living Learning Center at Washburn. It was built within the last 15 years, but definitely still up to date. Next, we're going to move on to our academics at Washburn. So tons of degree programs. If you see yours here, awesome. Topeka Capital Advantage, there's tons to do in Topeka. I know lots of times people either don't know about Topeka or they went there on a field trip. There's tons of stuff to do. I'd love to go into detail with you on all of this. So if you see your major here, those are just a few things that we noted down about that. Financial aid and cost of attendance, the most important questions right here. So if you have your phone out, feel free to take a picture of this, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do, but this is the cost of tuition, everything. I want to have you look at this page, but specifically note the student activity fee here. It's $110, and this is for in-state tuition. Kansas, Missouri residents, Oklahoma, Texas, this is all applicable to you. If you're not in state, we can take a look at those prices some other time. Just go ahead and message Allie in the chat. So I wanted to direct your attention to the student activity fee here. It's $110 for the entire year. So that's huge because you get access to the parking on campus, this tutoring services for literally everything, which I know I and Allie both used a lot. The student wellness center. So if you're not feeling well, you're not from here, go to the student health center. Most of the time they don't charge you. The rec center, playing intramural sports, tons of different opportunities on campus with that student activity fee, which is really nice. Academic scholarship, financial aid, all of that. We really talk to you more about scholarships in depth once you do apply, which if you are a senior right now, we do encourage you to apply. There is a tuition fee going on right now. Allie can message you all in the chat about that. But yeah, any questions, concerns, feel free to email us at Washburn Admissions. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And next we'll hear from École Hôtelière de Lausanne.
Hey everyone, how's it going? And then I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. All right, well, everybody, thank you for joining today. My name is Daniel Flores. I'm the recruitment officer for EHL. We actually go by 3-2-1 model. So the 3 is actually what you see on your screen. We have 3 locations for our program. On the left-hand side is Lausanne, Switzerland. In the middle is Passau, Switzerland, and on the right-hand side is Singapore. First thing to note, programs taught entirely in English. You do not need to know the local language. The 2 make it simple. One is going directly into the bachelor's degree. The other one is going the professional pathway where you get a lot more work experience, and that's focused specifically on culinary arts and hotel operations. The 1 stands for the bachelor's degree that we offer. We only offer 1. We make life super simple. It's a Bachelor's of Science in International Hospitality Management. Now, one thing to note, I will repeat this. Hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. Once again, hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. This is a service industry which is 1 in 10 jobs globally. If you see yourself having an international career, not a local, not a domestic, but international, this is what will prepare you for that. So as far as the student body goes, a couple unique things is this is actually our dress code. We wear suits every single day. It's to prepare you for the real world. If you're a guy and you've never worn a suit and tie, people will notice that in an interview. If you're a girl that hasn't walked in heels before, people will notice that. So from day 1, it's about how do we prepare you to get that interview, but also to get that job. But this is also just life skills. Now, on campus, this is extremely diverse. We have over 120 nationalities, so over 120 countries represented on campus. 84% of our students know 3 or more languages. We don't say that to freak you out, but the cool thing is that language is embedded in our program. So to also make it very simple, if number 1, you appreciate culture, number 2, you appreciate and want to learn another language, and number 3, you want to travel, I highly recommend leaving the States because you can definitely get that in Europe. We are currently ranked globally as the world's #1 hospitality and leisure management program. And we were the first and only school with a Michelin star training restaurant. So you get to not only cook the food, but you get to enjoy it as well. We also have dual accreditation, which for you means that you can work and you can continue your education anywhere around the world. The world becomes your oyster. Now, I'm going to focus on a couple of our campuses. One of them is our Lausanne campus, which is behind me and on your screen. Now, it's all environmentally sustainable, all brand new. It should be done by the end of the year. Switzerland is huge on sustainability and very minimalistic. So we have 2 brand new apartment buildings, 3 brand new dorms, and what's on your screen is a sports facility. There's going to be an indoor gym, indoor pool, indoor spa. College life is rough. You need your mani-pedis. You can get that on campus. To give also another example, this is the quintessential European experience. In a 3-hour flight from Geneva, which is a 45-minute train ride from Lausanne, you are in 36 different countries, not cities, not states, countries. If you want to go to Paris over the weekend, you can. If you want to have your pizza and pasta in Italy, you can. If you want to go have some awesome tapas, go to Spain. This is the college experience that you get in Europe. Switzerland, you have all 4 seasons, so hot summers, cold winters. You're an hour and a half from the first ski resort as well. So it's definitely a great way to enjoy your seasons. Now, if you're looking for something very different, that's where we also offer our Singapore campus. Very similar to Switzerland, this is filled with expats, so people working or living in Singapore that are not from Singapore. So you get an international vibe on campus and off campus. But this is also pretty much the business hub of Asia. So if you want to get in touch with the Asian market or at least get job opportunities, this is the way to do that. On the fun side too, in a 3-hour flight, you're in 17 different countries. If you want to have your pho in Vietnam, if you want to have your pad thai in Thailand, you could do that too. So also landscape, more hilly, but then also luscious, green. This is a foodie destination. Michelin star lunch for 15 bucks. That's what you get in Singapore. Now, kind of the meat and potatoes in our bachelor's degree. It's a 4-year program. Embedded in that is 1 year of internship. We offer 2 6-month internships and we offer them all over the world. The way it works, the first 6 months you switch off courses every week, making chocolates, making pastries, drinking wine, making cocktails, to cleaning toilets, making beds, folding laundry, doing inventory, learning French, visiting and eating at a 3 Michelin star restaurant. We're teaching you about service skills. Not so you can be a chef one day. You can if you want to, but that's not what this is built for. We're teaching you service skills because it's something that you create. You don't read about in a book. And Europe is very big on application-based theory. You're not just sitting in a class, taking your midterm final, and that's it. It's you do that, you actually apply it in group work and also in your internships. So you do that for 6 months in Lausanne, Switzerland, and then right after that is a 6-month internship anywhere around the world. You come back for a year and a half, you take business courses, hospitality and language courses, then your second 6-month internship, then final year, you take elective courses, and you actually end up being a consultant. Fun fact, 96% of our students get a job within 6 months of graduation. That's the highest of any school offering this program. 47% of our alumni work in hotels, restaurants, whatnot, but because this is a business program, then you have 53% working in banking, accounting, NGOs, education, healthcare, health, and beauty. We also have over 30,000 alumni working in over 150 countries. So if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be on. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And up next, we have Florida Southern College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dylan, and I am an admissions counselor at Florida Southern College. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with everybody. So like I said, my name is Dylan, and I'm an admissions counselor at Florida Southern College. So for some basic information first, Florida Southern College is located right in between Tampa and Orlando in beautiful sunny Lakeland, Florida. Florida Southern College was founded in 1883, which actually makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. We're home to about 3,000 total students, 60% of which are coming from the state of Florida. The remaining 40% of our students are coming from out of state, representing nearly 50 United States and 50 foreign countries as well. Here at Florida Southern, we have over 70 academic programs of study, as well as 16 pre-professional tracks and 11 master's and doctoral programs across our 5 schools. Some of our most popular majors are marine biology, business, nursing, and theater, but we are a liberal arts college at our core, so you're going to get a well-rounded education no matter what you decide to major in. Here at FSC, we emphasize engaged and experiential learning, which means we believe in the power of learning by doing. We want to immerse our students in the field as soon as possible, and we're able to offer specific engaged learning experiences in part because of our small class sizes. The average class at Florida Southern has about 18 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 14:1. And all of our classes are taught by the professors themselves to ensure that you're learning from experts in your field at all times. As an extension of our engaged learning experience, we do offer all of our students 3 guarantees. The first guarantee that I'd like to highlight is study abroad. FSC students have several different options for studying abroad, with experiences ranging from a few weeks to a full semester, and we offer both domestic and international travel options. Many of our students choose to study abroad through our Junior Journey program, which is a 1 to 2 week trip with an academic component that comes at little to no additional cost to our students. We also guarantee internships to all of our students, regardless of their major. Students have the option to complete internships locally during the school year or go closer to home during school breaks. And the last of our 3 guarantees is that you'll graduate in 4 years or less. We're able to guarantee this because, in addition to what I've already shared, our professors act as academic advisors and meet with our students several times per year to make sure they're on track for graduation. We're also very transfer credit friendly, so you actually may be able to start college with some courses already under your belt. These guarantees and academic opportunities are significant because they translate into post-graduation success for our students. In fact, 97% of our graduates are either employed or attending graduate school within 1 year of graduation. Outside of our academics and our outcomes, FSC does pride itself on being a true campus community. Students are required to live on campus for all 4 years, and our 16 housing options include on-campus residence halls, as well as apartment complexes near our campus that are set aside for our upperclassmen. There are also tons of ways to get involved, connect with classmates, and show your school spirit. We have 20 NCAA Division II athletic teams and several opportunities to participate in sports at the club and intramural level as well. We also have over 100 student clubs and organizations, ranging from Greek life to campus ministries to student government, as well as special interest clubs and organizations like a cappella and astronomy. So now that I've shared about FSC, let's talk about the application process. First and foremost, it's 100% free to apply regardless of how you do so. Our application is available on our website as well as through the Common Application and Coalition. In addition to the application, we'll also need your high school transcript and a personal statement, but we are a test optional school, meaning that students are welcome to submit their test scores, but it's not a requirement. Letters of recommendation at FSC are also optional, but again, if you have them, we welcome your submission. Once we receive all of your required application materials, we operate on a rolling admissions basis, meaning that you'll get a decision from us in about 3 to 6 weeks. Finally, we know that the cost of college can be overwhelming, so every single application that we receive is automatically considered for an academic scholarship. Some departments on our campus also offer specific scholarships based on auditions, portfolio reviews, interviews, or athletic recruitment. We also accept any aid that you receive from the federal government by filing the FAFSA, as well as outside scholarships and savings plans. This means that at Florida Southern, you can earn financial aid from a variety of sources. I hope you all have enjoyed learning about Florida Southern, and I encourage you to visit our website for more information and to take a virtual tour of our beautiful campus. Thank you all so much.
All right, and our final presentation for this 6x6 is from Rockhurst University.
Thank you so much. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Tony Gambino. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Rockhurst. I work predominantly with students in the state of Kansas and then Kansas City private schools. But then we do have counselors in Oklahoma and Nebraska as well. And you can reach out to me and I can get you their contact information. Go ahead and share my presentation with you here. All right. So a little bit about me. I am a graduate of Rockhurst, graduated in 2019. I double majored in business communication and political science. Grew up in St. Louis, love Kansas City, been here for about 5.5 years now, don't plan on leaving. It's a great big city. And then Rockhurst is about 3,000 total students. We are a small liberal arts, Catholic affiliated university. So we do work closely with religions, but it's not a necessity. Only about 45% of our student body is Catholic. So we do bring in lots of students from lots of different areas of religion and philosophy. So we encourage diversity and we really hope for it on our campus. So my contact information is there. So if you do have any questions, you can let me know. Rockhurst, within 6 months of graduation, 97% of our graduates within 6 months are within a career or grad school. I really do think this speaks to our small class sizes. Average class size is 24. Beginning of freshman year, you'll see class sizes right around 30 people. By the time you graduate by your senior year, you're looking at class sizes in the lower teens. So you'll really get to know your professors. And that's definitely something that I loved about my time at Rockhurst. We do have advisors that you will work with from day one to the day you graduate, and they will help you along that journey of getting into different internships, finding a job after college, all of those great things. So definitely take advantage of that. We are the best valued school in Missouri, number 3 on that list. And then 93% of our graduates seeking graduate school attend their first choice graduate program. So that definitely speaks to those advisors helping you along that journey. We are Catholic affiliated, and really we are Jesuit traditions. So we really have these 6 core values that we follow. It has really sent our students into this service mindset. So not only are you learning in the classroom, but then you're using what you've learned and you're taking those experiences into the world right around you here in the Kansas City area and also into service trips as well. We do about 29,000 hours of community service each year. working with 45 plus organizations right here in the Kansas City area, ranging from community gardens right around campus to bigger organizations like Operation Breakthrough or Halo Foundation that are working with homeless and at-risk youth in Kansas City, Missouri. Major cities tend to have a large population of homelessness, and Kansas City is definitely not alone in that. There's about 7,000 homeless youth in Kansas City. So these organizations are really a great place to do service work, but also to kind of get out there and see what cities like and kind of find your own pathway here in the Kansas City area. You are in a big city, so when it comes to what degrees you're choosing and things like that, there is lots of internship opportunities as well. Those service immersion trips can take you into Central America, over into the Caribbean area, and then back through the United States. Domestic trips are $450 and international trips are $1,000. The university does subsidize those in half, which I think is a great blessing by the university to do so. There is financial aid and things that you can apply for to help in that process of getting into those trips as well. Some of our most popular majors we offer here, pre-medicine, biochemistry, chemistry, biology, physics of medicine are top 5 there in that area of study. Depending on what you're wanting to do, you'll have a pre-med advisor that works with you from day one, helping you with just picking out classes to the test, MCAT test prep, all the way to helping you with interview prep going into those schools that you're looking to go into. So they will really help you along in that path. Business is another big area of study for us, depending on what you're wanting to do. Nonprofit leadership is a great dual degree. So a lot of students that are doing marketing or accounting will also pick up a double degree with that dual degree with nonprofit leadership as well. And management is also an opportunity there for you. Exercise science and psychology are another great area of study. And a lot of our students that are going into exercise science will then enter our pre-PT program and then into our doctorate of physical therapy. That is a 2.5-year program. And same with occupational therapy if you attend into the psychology program. Education is another area of study that I like to encourage students to look at: elementary, secondary, and special education. And then because we are in the city, there's lots of great schools to do your student teaching and to find a job once you get out of school. Rockhurst did just acquire St. Luke's College of Health Sciences, which has become our 4th full college on our university campus. And we are actually in the process of building them a brand new state-of-the-art nursing building. And that has a 100% job placement rate with the St. Luke's health system here in the Kansas City area, taking about 2/3 of our graduates out into their system. And then engineering is a joint program with UMKC. Outside of that, we are a liberal arts college, so there's tons more degrees to choose from, 75 plus degrees to talk about there. Student organizations are a great opportunity for you to really get involved on campus. I will definitely say Rockhurst, this is a big part of our university. Getting involved is the #1 thing students do. 2 to 3 organizations is not unheard of with students going from athletic groups to campus programming groups to student sororities and fraternities. So there's lots of great opportunities there. And I want to finish off here with my merit scholarships. Because we are we are a private institution, our cost is a little bit higher, but we do like to knock it down pretty quick. 100% of our student body receives some form of financial aid. Our top merit scholarship is that Breen Scholarship for $24,000. We are test optional. We do not require an ACT or SAT score to be admitted, but you can kind of see if you have a specific GPA and you want to get up into a higher merit scholarship, you can do so by having a specific ACT or SAT score. All we need to get you admitted into university is a transcript. And from there, if we do need a letter of recommendation or anything, we will reach out to you. If you have any questions for me, I'm here for you. And you can always reach out with any questions that you have. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, everyone. So with the last couple of minutes, we've got a few questions for our panelists here. So I'll have everybody turn on their videos. And the first question, and we'll hear from them in presentation order, is what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
First and foremost, I would say it's very important that your college has a program that you're looking for. So, when it comes to academics, we are not all the same in what our offerings are. So definitely make sure that it does have the program that you're interested in. And then I would also say, if you have the opportunity, please take a campus visit. All of our presentations were fantastic today, but to really get the feel of the campus, please try to get onto those campuses so you can see what it would really be like to be a student there.
Concordia is next.
Sure, yeah, I would echo that sentiment about visiting campuses. I would also say that I think it's most important to you know, pick that campus that's going to be or where you feel like you can be supported and where you feel like that community is going to yeah, just take care of you in that way. I think a lot of times a campus with like a rock wall or something just really exciting might, you know, on the surface look really exciting, but yeah, just always kind of take that one where you feel comfortable and you feel where you can be supported.
At Washburn, I think one of the most important things, like when I went to college and decided, was looking into the organizations that they have to offer, seeing if there's something that can connect you to campus more so than just your degree and really help you build a friend group. So that's one thing that I would really recommend looking into.
I would definitely recommend looking into the college experience because every university offers something different. So what are you looking for? If you're looking to really get outside of your comfort zone, then get outside of your comfort zone. Don't stay local. And then also think about down the road, what kind of job opportunities do you want? Because that's another big thing. Do you want local, domestic, international? Because that will also dictate where you should probably go.
I would definitely recommend as you research your colleges to make sure that it's somewhere you can really picture yourself, and whether that's through a physical tour or a virtual tour. And as you're researching programs, just really make sure that you can picture yourself eating in the dining hall, that you can see yourself sitting on the quad, that you can imagine yourself joining clubs on campus and taking classes that you're really excited about.
Yeah, I'll just echo what everybody else says. Go visit the school. That's what you got to do. Go see it. That's what you need to do. At least reach out to your counselor and maybe set up a meeting with a current student or even a faculty or staff member to really get an understanding of what degree you're wanting to go into. And check out the website, because I know a lot of us schools have course descriptions on there where you can actually dive really deep into those different classes that you can take, and you can kind of see what your next 4 years will look like. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
All right, and with the last couple of minutes, we'll just ask one more question, and that is to have the panelists go through and give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
Well, if anybody is familiar with the University of Nebraska, you will know that we are the Cornhuskers, and Herbie Husker is our mascot. So a very interesting fact is we were not always the Cornhuskers, even though everybody remembers us as such. We were actually originally the Nebraska Bug Eaters. So hopefully that doesn't deter you from checking out Nebraska, but it's definitely one of the funnier, the funnest facts that we have about our school. Thank you.
Definitely, I'd say one of the funnest facts about us in most recent terms, our D3 baseball team has actually been in the College World Series twice in the last 3 years. So I think this might be the year that they can get it done if they get a full season in. But yeah, most recently, that's been one of the most exciting things for sure.
Hi, Maddie from Washburn. I would say a fun fact is a lot of people, this is our mascot. It's literally a human, so it's kind of funny because most people have cute mascots, or like Gabby was saying about Nebraska's mascot, but Washburn's is a man, so lots of times people confuse him with like the Monopoly Man or Abraham Lincoln. So it's kind of interesting, but we do have BuzzFeed's like top 5 like scariest mascots. So fun fact. Allie might have one too. I don't know. I would say a fun fact about Washburn is I know Jefferson mentioned that this would be a fun thing. We have a rock wall, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, fun fact for EHL is we actually started off as the world's first hotel school in 1893, and then luckily we transitioned to becoming ranked as the world's #1 hospitality and leisure management program, which means a focus outside of just hotels.
So a fun fact about Florida Southern College is that our campus is actually designated as a National Historic Landmark Site because our campus has the largest single site collection of Frank Lloyd Wright architecture anywhere in the world.
And you guys were prepared for this one. I need to get more facts on me. All right. I would say probably something that I find interesting is Rockhurst University became co-ed in 1969. Before that, we were an all-male college. And now our male to female ratio is 40 to 60. So we have been taken over by the ladies, which I don't think is a bad thing. But it's just kind of funny how we have gone from being a male college to now a very more majority ladies college. There you go.
All right. Well, with that, that's always my favorite question for the panelists. We will go ahead and wrap things up. So I want to say thank you to all the presenters, all of the attendees who joined today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for those additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings on the same website where you registered. So thank you again to all of the presenters, all of the panelists and attendees who joined us today, and have a lovely evening, everyone.